Mark wants to know, when will courthouses be open for business again, and how long will it take for trials to get rescheduled? And again, that's Mark, your advice.
Well, the Mississippi Supreme Court had an executive administrative order back in late March, and then they had another one in April that said there will be no jury trials or jury summons is issued until at least May 18th. I anticipate that that's going to be extended probably until June. And then after that, the court will see where we are, see what the other states are doing, and act accordingly. Because frankly, right now, you couldn't have a jury trial because even if you summon 500 people, you probably only get, a dozen or 2 dozen that actually show up. Then you've got the issue of how are you going to put 12 people in a box next to each other all day, every day for a week, when the CDC and other people are saying you shouldn't do that, you should practice social distancing. So I just don't think it's a great idea to have them now. Now, Mark, you raise a good point about what about this backlog? What are you going to do? The good thing is the judges have still been holding court, but they're just doing it differently. For example, I've had 2 Zoom hearings with different courts, one over in East Mississippi, one in the Delta, where the judges had all the parties on a Zoom conference like we're doing here today. Each party got to argue their side, and the judge made a ruling. The judges have done a good job of keeping the courts open and keeping the courts moving, because if they don't, Mark, there is going to be a big backlog. But I'm hopeful, because they are moving somewhat, that the backlog won't be as big as you think it might be.
Okay, so
don't you believe that cases that are set, say for July, August, September, that most of those cases, I know we have trials set in the early fall, and I'm fully anticipating that the judges are going to have to bump those trials because it's going to be a first come, first serve. The ones that were bumped earlier are probably going to move into those slots. Wouldn't you think that would be the case?
I do think it's going to be up to the judge. I do think there'll be more. I had a case in May that was set for trial that got continued. I have some in June. I'm still waiting to see if those will be continued. Yours are a little later in the fall. I think it's going to be up to the judge. What I would ask the judge to do if I had a case, bumped, or when I have a case bumped, is to please give us priority at the first available setting, whether that's early 2021 or late this year. And hopefully they'll give those people who've been waiting in line the longest priority.